Hello friends, welcome back to Hyper Games. My name is Joseph and today on PlayStation News, Sony Studio working with Naughty Dog on a beloved franchise, PS5 reaches new sales milestone in Japan, Call of Duty PlayStation benefits sales and launch issues, is MGS3 Remake getting revealed at the Game Awards, Remedy provides updates on Control projects and Alan Wake 2, and more. Let's get into them. A retailer breaks God of War Ragnarok a street date. If you're looking forward to God of War Ragnarok this November 9, be careful cause the internet is going wild with spoilers. We had a reviewer who started posting photos beyond the 6 hours people are allowed to talk about, and now a retailer is selling the game 2 weeks before launch. Ragnarok producer Cory Barlog posted his discontent on Twitter, apologizing to fans who now have to dodge spoilers if they want to experience the game fresh. He even acknowledged the recent criticism of Modern Warfare 2 that only has 70 megabytes on disk, saying he understands the benefit of the approach now. That store seems to have been a target in the US, but now even Sony's own store has leaked the game, as PlayStation Direct sent a customer a God of War bundle by mistake instead of the Modern Warfare bundle purchased. Sony Santa Monica's Twitter account asked fans to be considerate with others and not post spoilers, while they are doing their best to limit this content exposure, but they can't catch everything. They recommend to mute keywords or hashtags associated with the game until release. Be very careful, especially with the YouTube home feed as well. In related news, Santa Monica developers also gave more details about the game's difficulty, saying it includes 5 modes: Give Me a Story, Give Me Grace, Give Me Balance, Give Me No Mercy, and Give Me God of War. Give Me No Mercy is the equivalent to 2018's Give Me a Challenge, while Give Me Grace is a more forgiving mode than the balanced one. The game will also feature a transmog armor system, so you can have the armor looking however you want, without giving up the stats from the one you prefer. There's little over a week to go for the game's launch. What's your hype level? Tell us in the comments. Sony Studio working with Naughty Dog on a beloved franchise. Last week we talked about Sony creating an internal development team to work with Naughty Dog and Visual Arts in a new AAA game. In a follow-up to that story, another job posting has given more insight into what they might be working on. The job listing has been posted for the San Diego area, the same where PlayStation Studios Visual Arts is based on, and they are looking for a game design intern. Job details say they are co-developing an exciting new project with Naughty Dog in a beloved franchise. So again, Visual Arts is a support studio that has helped with animations for other games. They started working on an Uncharted remake that turned into the recent The Last of Us remake. If they are working to bring back a beloved franchise with Naughty Dog, there aren't many options. I don't think it will be Jak and Daxter, so it could be either a Last of Us spin-off or the original Uncharted remake the studio wanted. Which Naughty Dog beloved franchise would you like to get a new game from? Share with us in the comments. PS5 reaches new sales milestone in Japan. Sony's console has been improving in terms of stock, and despite the price increase, it has reached a new milestone in their home country. According to a new report from Famitsu, the hardware sales for October 17 to 23 indicate the new-gen console has sold 2 million units after almost 2 years on the market. The disc console version has sold 1.74 million units, while the digital only has sold 278,000 for a total of 2.02 million. Overall, the PS5 is trailing behind PS4, which only took 90 weeks to reach this milestone, with 102 weeks in comparison. The reason is obviously the lack of inventory over the past 2 years due to the pandemic, which has started to improve, and Sony is looking to up shipments to 30 million in the next fiscal year. Call of Duty PlayStation benefits, sales, and launch issues. We now know the list of exclusive benefits to PS4 and PS5 players for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Revealed by Infinity Ward, PlayStation Plus users get a free in-game bundle for each season with digital goodies like skins, weapons, and emblems. An additional Battle Pass bundle is available for purchase on the PlayStation Store, giving you 5 tier skips in the current season. A monthly exclusive double XP point event that lasts 24 hours, and a party bonus where you receive 25% more weapon XP while in a party, even with cross-platform friends. And last, an additional 2 loadout slots for extra customization after reaching level 4. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was the biggest PlayStation Store launch ever, including pre-order and day one sales, according to Sony, who congratulated both Infinity Ward and Activision. However, the first days of multiplayer did not go so well, with users experiencing many crashes on both PS4 and PS5. They have now disabled the weapon attachments to temporarily fix the issue, plus users on Xbox and PC can't disable cross-platform while PlayStation users can. Have you been able to play so far? And what do you think about these bonuses? Let us know in the comments. Staying on topic, Call of Duty will be on PlayStation as long as there's a PlayStation. In an interview on the Same Brain show, Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, talked about the Activision acquisition and how Call of Duty would remain on PlayStation platforms. He said their intent is not to take Call of Duty from PlayStation, and that as long as there's a PlayStation console, it's their intent to continue shipping Call of Duty on PlayStation similar to Minecraft. The keyword there is intent, as those can change very quickly after the deal is secured, but it's fair if they want to treat it like Minecraft or not. I would have preferred Sony to play nice instead of the show both companies are giving us week to week, selling themselves as underdogs and victims. It's also understandable Sony doesn't want to play nice given how much Activision games and Call of Duty represent in PlayStation sales. This is the third time Spencer has talked on the subject as they try to convince regulators around the world to bless their purchase. UK CMA most recently opened a period for the public to talk about the subject, and that window has now closed with the organization evaluating those comments. We'll certainly see what happens with this drama show in the coming weeks. Is MGS3 Remake getting revealed at the Game Awards? A rumor on Sunday indicated that Canadian developer Virtuos, who has been linked to being working on a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, posted a teaser about the game. The teaser seemed to show jungle environments and a Morse code playing at the end translated to December 8, 1964, the date for the Game Awards and the year a Snake's Virtuous mission happens in the game. That video seems to have been deleted, but a user grabbed a screenshot before that. However, Insider Gaming has verified the claim and it was debunked really quickly. The video was nothing more than a promo for Quixel Megascans, a company that creates photorealistic assets for Unreal Engine 5. Despite that, another hint seemed to appear in a video from Virtuos posted over a week ago, where they showcased live at the studio, and one of the artists has an official Metal Gear Solid artwork book. Virtuos has previously worked with Konami and has experience with the Fox engine. Konami recently revealed a Silent Hill 2 remake that has been long rumored, so debunking this apparent leak doesn't mean an MGS3 remake doesn't exist. IO Interactive shows new Hitman mode. Hitman is adding a new mode with roguelike elements called Freelancer. It will launch for PS4 and PS5 on January 26, 2023, and a beta starts on PC this November 3rd. IO Interactive has shown a small preview of the mode, where you start with several contracts to complete and 4 targets to kill. You will need to complete contracts to gather intel on these targets until you get to a showdown mission, where you'll have to make sure you are eliminating the right target. While moving between missions, you will earn in-game money to buy upgrades, new weapons, and tools. The roguelike elements kick in if you fail a contract, where you will lose all items, weapons, and half the money you had up to that mission, but you can continue the campaign. However, enemies will be in alert modes for future contracts. Failing a showdown does restart the whole campaign from the beginning. Overall, seems like a very interesting mode blending roguelike and traditional Hitman. Check out the full gameplay with the link in the description. Remedy provides update on Control projects and Alan Wake 2. Remedy is working on several projects including various games in the Control franchise, Alan Wake 2, and even Max Payne remakes. They have shared a status on some of them in an earnings call. The Control spin-off codenamed Condor is still in proof of concept, with the team working on finalizing design elements and key pillars before moving into the next stage. Codename Heron, defined by Remedy as a bigger budget Control project, is in early development and staffing up for the next stage. Another project is Vanguard, which is a service-based free-to-play game with a rich world and new elements to stand out from other multiplayer games. Design is coming together and they are busy prototyping and testing it, plus making final decisions on the plans for the next development phase in 2023. Finally, Alan Wake 2 has a lot of work to be done, but the game is coming together on all fronts, with continued user testing and feedback has been encouraging. It's still scheduled for 2023. Are you looking forward to any of these games? Share with us in the comments. Ubisoft has officially revealed Assassin's Creed Invictus. The Assassin's Creed franchise has several projects in development as part of Infinity, including Red and Hexa. Now Ubisoft has officially announced the multiplayer element of the platform. Assassin's Creed Invictus is in development as a standalone multiplayer game by a team of For Honor veterans, although that's as much information there is about the project. This brings multiplayer back into the franchise for the first time since Assassin's Creed 4, a feature that started with Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, although Unity also had co-op. For Honor is a popular action multiplayer game, and having people that work on that can bring some fresh ideas to the Assassin's Creed series. What do you think about Ubisoft focusing on these many Assassin's Creed games? Sound off in the comments. A round of quickfire game news. We now know the file size and preload dates for Sonic Frontiers thanks to PlayStation Game Size. The game on PS4 is 23 GB and almost 25 on PS5, with preload opening on November 6 and launching on the 8th. As part of their 2022 annual report, Square Enix has shared franchise sales for their different game series. Final Fantasy has reached total 173 million lifetime, Dragon Quest 85 million units, and Kingdom Hearts sits now at 36 million. However, it seems those numbers won't be enough moving forward, as Square Enix has said they will approach development for a global market, since focusing on the Japanese one is no longer sufficient to recoup development investment and earn a profit. EA has seemingly reached a 3-game deal with Marvel, including the already announced Iron Man game from Motive. The second game has been rumored for a while to be a Black Panther open world game, but it looks like a third one is also in early development. Marvel did acknowledge the news with a tweet regarding the deal. Sony has announced that Raw Fury indie game Sable, which has you drifting across dunes and exploring colossal ruins, will launch on PS4 and PS5 this November 29. Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse also got a release date, launching digitally for PS4 and PS5 on March 9, 2023, while the PS4 version will receive a physical edition in Japan. And those are our PlayStation stories for today. What do you think Naughty Dog and Visual Arts are working on? And if you're playing Modern Warfare 2, how has been your experience so far? Share your thoughts on any of the news below, let me know your feedback by liking or disliking this video, check out other videos you may enjoy while you're here, and consider subscribing for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hype for Games, and let's get hype!